Welcome to Forum Watch with Seth. Let's grab 69, review whichever topics to please to make it look like a breeze. Turning ordinary posters into audio roller coasters. Listen to Forum Watch or break your knees. What, do you think this is a joke? Got a baseball bat with your name on it right here. Listen to the fucking podcast, bitch.
Welcome to the Forum Watch. I'm your host, Scraps69, and joining me today is our daily E3 Forum Watcher and episode releaser, the Saf, also known as Sharikma Achmaru Ferishmarura.
Oh, come on, Scraps. Don't let any of that Yiddish in here.
I thought I'd bring a bit of a different thing for this episode. Don't know why, but
well, that's good. I mean, it's E3. You gotta switch it up a little.
Yeah, absolutely. We're always switching it up. But we haven't really. I don't really get it because E3 just finished. So.
Yeah, E3's over, but the memories will remain.
The memories will remain. That's right. Well, I'd say this would be one of those E3s that we're not going to forget about anytime soon. Especially,
this might be the best. This might be the best E3 for the DKU since 2001.
What happened in 2001?
All those rare games got announced right before the buyout.
Oh, really? Oh,
you got Donkey Kong Racing and Grunty's Revenge. You know, all the greats that ended up in a warped or non-released form, but it was a good year while it was happening.
Oh, how tragic. But you know what? As I was saying actually, you haven't even listened to the last episode, so I won't say as saying to MF Wolf, no, Memechi.
Yeah.
Yep, alright, fair enough. Alright, so let's do our usual shenanigans. How's the Forum Watch thread going?
You know what? Fuck that. Let's just get straight into E3. We got a lot to talk about here. Lots been going on.
Well, yeah, lots has been going on, but let's go into a little bit of brief news that's kind of unrelated or sort of related to E3.
Quasi-related.
Yeah, the first bit is Platonic Games. They have officially funded and reached their last stretch goal of £2 million.
Did they make the stretch goal? I was worried.
Yep, they made it to £2,090,104. And there's another about £37,000 via PayPal. So, yeah, free DLC, lads. It's probably just
it's a little.
Yeah,
I think it's a little disappointing that they didn't get a huge ramp up towards the end there, but you know, I guess they really didn't put out any like huge fucking stretch goals. They didn't play the Kickstarter game as well as some companies do.
I suspect what happened is Nintendo gave them a representation that they would maybe include their video onto the show, but then in the last minute Nintendo pulled out and didn't tell Platonic Games or something. I don't know. It was probably something like that, and they're expecting potentially more cash. Instead, the ukulele Kickstarter ended in a fizzle, but then again, there was a lot of momentum at the end anyway, because it was at one stage 2,700,000, 2,600,000 for about for about a week or two, and then towards the end, in the last days, then it finally got to £2 million.
Man, it was such a shame it didn't really show up at E3 at all.
It actually did.
Yeah, but nothing really new.
Yep.
I mean, I saw, what was it, like Game Explain running around in the demo level. It's like, cool, I've seen this, but nice to see it again. Some interviews with Grant Kirkhope came out. What else was new?
That's right. So Chad Health report, his voice was fucked for the entire time. Now apparently Heil is sick as fuck as well.
Of course he is. That always happens when you get back from a convention.
That's right. So on Facebook, he he left a message saying that his flight got missed or something, And then as he got on the plane, some bloke vomited on him. So,
Ugh.
yeah. But Hyle just let me know that he's fine. He took a shower, if you guys want to know. And
Oh, what, did you personally write him and was like, hey, dude, you feeling better?
yeah. He's like, yep, feeling better. Took a shower, went to sleep. And yeah, he's all right again. Well,
Good to get the inside scoop here on the forum watch.
It's not much of a scoop, but anyway. Yeah, so it turns out, even if you played Donkey Kong Konga 2 for a whole year, or a whole 4 years, that isn't enough, for when you, that doesn't equate to going to E3 and meeting rare people.
So you didn't bring up the phrase karma before you started in on that. You got ahead of yourself.
Oh, really? Yeah, so, the good karma doesn't equate to the extraordinary, no. Wait. Because he hadn't accumulated enough bad karma points to equal out the good karma he got from going to E3. There you go. See?
Yeah, this is exactly why you never do good things, because good karma just means you need bad karma to come into your life. You're basically asking for it.
Yeah, pretty much. So there you go, Hyle. You got enough good karma to get you to E3, but not enough to
Not enough to get you home.
yeah. The DK Vine Hall of Fame is still to be released.
Yeah, I actually forgot all about that.
Oh, really? Look,
I mean, and all the lights and glamour of E3 and Chad and Hyle meeting our fucking favorite developers, I just forgot about this. I mean, it seems so minor compared to all the stuff they promised to release. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they say about Ryan Stiles for 20 minutes.
well, I'm more interested in seeing Parry the Parallel Bird because, once Parry the Parallel Bird's in there, which I hope it is, I've been trying to ask the staffers, and they're keeping mum.
Trying to get that inside scoop.
Yeah, trying to get that inside scoop, but they're keeping mum about who's in there, and
Maybe you should work Spuzwick. I bet he knows.
Spuzwick. Yeah, he'd be. I'm sure he'd be the weakest link. He's probably the Judas of the staffers.
No.
No, we love you, Spuzwick.
Can't wait to see that play out.
I personally don't know if you're the Judas of the staffers, but you may very well be. So
only time can tell. I mean, one of them has to be.
Only one of them has to be. That's right.
I will sit them down at DK Con and go, one of you will betray me tonight.
So going with the announcement of Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves?
Well, Sea of Thieves?
I don't know. I just wanted to say the name. Go on.
Oh, right. Ask Captain Bones has opened a Twitter account. He's meant to be like their mascot equivalent. And fuck that. Fuck whoever's writing for Captain Bones is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So take steps to ask Captain Bones. I'll tell you lads all my exchanges with Captain Bones if you're willing to hear it.
Oh yeah, that should be entertaining.
Okay, so hold on. I'm just on Twitter right now. So I have to ask, what gets you harder than a peg leg? And Captain Bones replies, I was born on bad streets, tempered on ugly waves. A pirate doesn't get any harder than that. So he's pretty good at avoiding the awkward questions, because that was obviously an innuendo, callback joke. And then another one. Hold on. Details. Fucking hell. I hate Twitter sometimes. I have to ask, it's bad luck to have lasses on your ship in the high seas because they attract sharks. What do you reckon? So I was thinking I'd throw in a period joke. And he goes, clearly you've never heard of Anne Bonny, one of the meanest and greatest pirates I've ever had the pleasure to sail with. And so then I ask, I think maybe throw in a joke here. How'd she die? And he goes, I'd tell you, mate, but that's one pirate skeleton I don't want coming after me. So, yeah.
Yeah, Ask Captain Bones has been enjoyable. It's been, if we didn't see the rare sense of humor on display during the conference, we're at least seeing it now on Twitter. And that makes me really reassured.
Yep. I also asked him, which Brothers Bear is best? He goes, whichever looks the most dashing in an eye patch, I reckon. So, you heard it here first. Get a bunch of eye patches, lads, and you'll figure out, which Brothers Bear looks best on, I
think that would probably be Bazooka Bear. Just thinking about it.
Let's find out. Well, I'll have to get the map for the damn Brothers Bear and just draw an eye patch on each one and figure that out. Actually, I'm going to write that right now just so I don't forget.
Like you're a little kid with a newspaper and you're drawing eye patches and mustaches on everybody. When I say little kid, I mean, I do that myself when I'm bored these days.
Oh, well, yeah, you know what? I don't really draw so much anymore. If I'm doing...
What do you do while you're on the phone? Do you talk and listen to the other person?
I'm actually looking at my phone usually. So, it's not really a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess cell phones have really taken away so many of our traditional forms of entertaining ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. So if you've always been doodling, well, you've got a new thing to do with your hands. Unless
now you can be doodle jumping.
Unless you're playing with your doodle as well. So
there we go. Forum watch trifecta. Bad joke. Innuendo.
Yeah, innuendo. Sorry. All right.
We're on fire today.
So so Captain Bones details his adventures during E3. He loses his leg and then replaces it
yeah, I saw that.
with a table chair leg. He also goes out to the bar, gets drunk, vomits, has a hangover, sleeps, has ladies wanting to kiss him. And what else did he do? Hold on. Ask Captain Bones. And then he went and then he's like, this is not the ship I asked for. And he's in a cardboard box because he's obviously being shipped back to Rare. And, more recently he says, challenged at Gamer Boss to race me back from LA. I won, of course. Time to raise a new flag over the Rare Limited studio. And you can see Captain Bones is just sitting at the Rare office with a pretty cool Viva Pinata picture in the background, if you can see it.
Yes. It's good to see him back there. It's good to see that he'll still be on Twitter even after E3.
Yep. Well, I've been trying to
get to know him.
Been trying to ask him where Sam is, but he hasn't been so receptive to that. And then I just asked him if he'd like to go sailing with me to hunt for blood diamonds, and I think he's getting sick of me now. So
but I'm sure he reads DK Vine.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Anyways, so let's go into the choice of topics.
Yeah.
So what
E3 topics?
Yeah, so we're going to cover a number of topics, some which has already been covered, especially the DK Vine at E3 215, but we should probably summarize what's been happening, because in the E3 subforum, the DK Vine at E3 215 thread is essentially the output of Chad and Heil while they're at E3. Yeah.
Right, because it's not the E3 at DK Vine topic, it's the DK Vine at E3 topic.
Yeah, that's right. So anyways, so let's go into, can I just say that the first page of this thread is fucking annoying?
Yeah, really.
Do you get that annoying music when you go into that thread?
What, did somebody post an auto playing? Yeah.
Yeah, auto playing music. I think Heil did it.
The hell no, that's me.
What?
Yeah, that was me.
How the fuck did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know why. What the hell? Why did I post the Splatoon victory music here?
Is that Splatoon?
That's weird, because I was definitely practicing to see whether I could make an auto playing YouTube video, and happened to practice in this thread. Okay, I can fix that right
How
now.
the fuck did you manage? But I can't. I don't think I can see. I don't think I can see the music in this thread. I mean, I
No,
can't.
yeah, it's on my post. It's
Really?
right there. Yeah, on the first page.
Hold on.
All
hold on.
right, and
Where is it?
deleting.
Find. There it is. Fuck, that's annoying.
Damn, sorry, everybody. Didn't realize.
I had no idea where this was coming from.
Usually, when I need to practice like posting a thread, I'll just go back to something from like 2008 and edit it. But I guess here I was lazy, and I was like, well, why not in the DK Vine at E3 thread? Why not practice my fuckery here?
That was the worst thread to practice it, because I'd go on it and then I'd think, fucking Heil, why the fuck did you put this fucking shit ass music on my fucking thing? And it was you all along.
Damn, can't believe I fucked all that up. That's unbelievable. Sorry everybody.
No, it's all good.
I ruined E3.
No, I'm sure it was just me. But everyone else actually figured it out. I thought you just posted a picture and that's it. Oh god, that's terrible.
Good to get that cleared up.
Anyway, so here's an interesting quote by Alf. I like this quote by Alf. He says, I'm both super excited and extremely nervous about what Rare has in store. I feel like this is the make or break moment for them. No matter what, though, we'll definitely have plenty to talk about during this E3. What do you reckon, Saf?
That's a good quote to sum up how we all felt going into E3. I mean, really excited, extremely nervous about Rare. Interested in what Nintendo had, not really expecting a lot, all Kevin Callahan jokes aside, and just really focused on what Rare was doing. I mean, we knew they were coming back. We knew Phil Spencer was all about them being restored to their glory days. We knew Greg Mayles was the head of whatever new game they were coming out with.
Sorry about the noise in the background.
Yeah, is everything okay there? Cat throwing a tantrum.
I'm actually throwing stuff at my cats because they're doing something that they're not supposed to. Go on! Oh, there we go. They're gone. Sorry about that, audience members. The cats were licking something they weren't supposed to.
Oh, hey lad.
No. I don't know. It looked like they were doing something in the sink, and I thought, that's never a good sign when cats are at the sink.
Sometimes you can't tell exactly what the animal's doing, but you know they shouldn't be into it.
Yeah. So I just threw 2 empty, like, full-size bottles at them, and a medicine packet. So, yeah.
Good thing you're a slob and don't clean up, so you have plenty of trash to throw at your cat.
No, it's actually just my desk. My partner is always complaining that my desk is always messy, like the computer desk, whereas everywhere else is all neat and stuff because I vacuum, I clean and all that. But
I believe you. But yeah, it's a desk. I mean, you're using it all the time. When do you have time to clean it? You need all that stuff at arm's length.
Well, I've got all these empty Amiibo packaging as well, because I went on a binge purchase of Amiibos on eBay, and yeah.
It's like when an addict looks down at all the Robitussin gel caps, all the empty packaging. You're just sitting there with a bunch of Amiibo boxes.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we're still in the United Soviet Union of Clanker's Cavern with a K, so don't get me wrong, listeners. We've just got cats that Clanker swallowed, but he can't chew, so
you had to stand in line for 5 hours to get those Amiibos.
That's right. Yeah, I had to hunt in the real depths of Clanker's bowels to find the Amiibos in his shitter, so to speak. Sorry.
I can't believe they didn't have you swim in and out of his asshole in Banjo-Kazooie.
I know, right?
Yeah, it seems so obvious. Way to drop the ball there, Rare.
Style and Clanker is all clenched up, so to speak.
You should have gotten a jiggy for unclenching him.
Let me just say, it's building up, and I think it's a problem. It might eventually fill up might eventually get to his stomach, and we might have to get out.
Hopefully it doesn't come up through his nose.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's as bad as DK Spartacus.
Well, who is?
All right. So, Chad shows off his Which Brothers Bear is Best poster.
I love that they brought all these posters to D3. I thought that was beautiful. I thought the design work on them was really great, especially that map they brought.
Yes, well, Chad, Heil, and Clutch keep hinting at purchases of those maps, so look out for that. I imagine that'll be sometime next week that they'll organize the PayPal shenanigans. And you know what? It's a good idea if they want the site to support itself. You just get that fucking map, and Cameron gets most of it. Actually, now that I think about it.
I mean, Cameron did a good job, and I mean, how long? We have been working on, or at least Heil and his cronies in the inner circle have been working on this map of the DKU geography. It's been an ongoing project for years and years and years, and it's really great to not only see it get completed, but to see it get completed and then utilized to such great effect during E3.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Greg Mayles got to see this map. Greg Mayles got to get absorbed in this map.
Yeah, and it's amazing how he got absorbed, because that could very well go into the game, into Sea of Thieves. You okay?
Hold on, Scraps. My apologies, Scraps. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I was saying that because that map may very well, in one form or another, go into the into Sea of Thieves.
You think so? Yeah, I loved the realization of thematic continuity when, apparently, according to the conversation, Greg Mayles said, "You know what this map reminds me of? A pirate map." And it's just great that all these different themes and different, accoutrements and different pop culture elements that have been in the Rare gestalt, that it just has been a recurring part of their oeuvre, that, it's really, when I first saw Sea of Thieves, it was like, this isn't like a huge blockbuster announcement. It's not getting me off my seat and screaming in delight, but, I think it really does build on where Rare has been. I think this is very much in their wheelhouse. This is very much something that you can clearly tell that they would love to make, and based on their pirate output from before, it's something I'm very interested in seeing. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Yeah, no, it's fucking exciting.
It is so exciting.
So the next thing that happens is Chad does not finish his Helmost video, because he's got voice issues and he just just pretty much died on us. So, Helmost, when he actually releases the audio, it's essentially a story of Helmost in LA with our friend, talking about loads. Crap. Essentially with Helmost, what happens to Helmost?
Well, it begins at last E3.
That's right.
Where he was still in LA.
That's right. Yeah, they're still in LA, during the quiet times, they're just hanging around and they're looking up DK Vine, but security go in and they're like, who the fuck is it? They fire some management.
And Phil Spencer keeps dropping in with some secret kind of project he's working on. And somehow, Phil Spencer is able to see Helmost, despite the fact that nobody's supposed to be able to.
Mm-hmm. And send a chill up Helmost's spine.
Horripilation.
That's right. They also talk about Diddy Kong Racing, but anyway. Yeah. So
how does the story end, Scraps?
How did the story end? Oh,
Hmm.
that is how the story ended, didn't it?
No, the story ended with our friend taking the form of a giant Oculus Rift in the sky.
Was there a second page to that story?
I'm pretty sure there was a second page. I think you must have missed it.
Fuck!
Oh my god. You're talking about it on the forum watch, but you haven't completed the whole thing.
I don't know how I missed the fucking second page of all the fucking things.
Damn, dude. But yeah, it had a big theatrical ending. It wasn't just... God, you must have thought that was the most random and worthless thing. They didn't even get to this E3. They're just fucking hanging out off year at the LA Convention Center, checking on DK Vine.
Yeah, well, I actually thought that was a good ending. I thought, yep, sends a chill up Helmos's spine, and guess what? Phil Spencer did send us a chill up our spines when he wore that Rareware shirt, and apparently he loves Rareware. So on the
Who doesn't
conversation,
love Rareware?
but Phil Spencer loves Rare. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm really happy about Phil. You know, we all joke about Saint Phil Spencer and how he's bringing the DKU together. He's bringing Rare back, but I think he's actually as insofar as I can like a centralized marketing figure. I like Phil Spencer. I trust in him. I look forward to hearing from him in the years to come.
yeah, he's got a charismatic personality, and ever since Chad and Heil said that, yes, Phil Spencer has been a strong force supporting Rare to get back to their old creative days. Yeah.
He said the Rare guys were gushing over him.
That's right. So hashtag I stand with Phil.
Hashtag I gush for Phil.
I didn't think I'd ever say that because I thought Phil Spencer was just a typical fraud, but
He's an atypical fraud.
Yeah, but looks like he is now Rare savior and pretty much the guy that allows us to see the full potential of Rare in itself. So, thank you, Phil.
And I think Xbox in general, I mean, with the 360 backwards compatibility stuff, I think their corporate culture's really done a 180 since, when was it, 2013 or 2012? Whatever year that was just this fucking atomic apocalypse for the Xbox One.
Yeah, well, that whole DRM constantly online thing was Phil Spencer wasn't responsible for that. He was hired straight after that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like their president in Europe, and yeah, when all that happened and all the executives got canned, he got brought up the ranks, and
nice. I like that.
I think he's leading a new golden age for Xbox. I'm really looking forward to what they put together, with and without Rare.
The problem is the damage is already done. The PS4 is outselling the Xbox by a way higher margin than in the last generation.
I'd even say that Sony had a better E3 lineup this year.
Yes, Sony's.
Yeah.
Well, we should get to that a little bit later because
Of course. we should stick to our document here.
Stick to the document. All right.
Follow the process.
All right.
Put your faith in a higher power. That is organization.
So actually, it's not much longer anyway. So let's just quickly finish this.
It's like two paragraphs, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. So as we were mentioning, they're probably going to charge money for that map. So yeah, I'll probably get a map. And so far, Chad's released a bunch of videos. So the Rare Replay video posted it's not only just games, 30 games for $30. It's also cancelled games, other things like all this. It's an information dump essentially.
Yeah, it's like the bonus features on a well put together DVD package.
Yeah, it's like Rare was an entity, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna have the best shit I've ever had," and out came Rare Replay. So.
But what I loved about that Rare Replay video is the interaction between Chad and Heil and the Rare representative that was on hand. I feel like there was an honest kind of spark, and the guy started realizing that, oh, these guys are mega fans. They're here to see this. We can actually Just the way that he caught on to their shout, "Oh my God," excitement when, what was it, unseen extras or whatever. Yeah, and then he flipped back to that and he showed them, and when they were going through the documentary content, and they pointed out some employee like Lee Anderson or something. He's like, "Yeah, there's Lee."
That's right. So exciting times. They also
Exciting times. You can tell that Chad and Heil had a good time at E3, and I would reckon that Rare had a good time talking to them. People who were there to see them, people who were there specifically to talk to them, and who were as knowledgeable and loved their games in the same way that they themselves do.
That's right.
It was really, really heartwarming to see.
Absolutely. I think they would have had on average, Chad and Heil would have been those people that had a better time than pretty much everyone else on the E3 show.
Out of everybody who was there, you think they had the best time of anybody?
Well, on average, they're pretty much up there. Yeah. So they would have, typically other people were just invited. They had to interview, and it's like, yep, another game, another thing.
Yeah, and then the other people, they're so, they're either stuck in like a dead end journalism job, or they themselves have no journalistic passion. So all their questions are the same things, or things they saw on NeoGAF that need asking, and there's no real interest in hearing from them from their standpoint. They are just the conduit through which these questions get asked to these people. With Chad and Heil, they're asking these people which brother bear is best. That might not have the biggest bearing or sounding on Sea of Thieves, but I want to see what Robin Beanland has to say about that. I want to see what Greg Mails has to say about that. I want to hear about how these guys, I want to hear about their subjective reaction on their faces when Heil told them that Donkey Kong Country 2 got him into the concept of pirates. I want to see these things rather than just, there is a lot of controversy on the internet about Metroid Federation, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, great. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, let's see some content. Let's not see these journalists playing the PR game with these people. Let's see some novel, unexpected, thought-provoking content. And somehow DK Vine managed to deliver this year. For all the joking that they were going to be there and be doing that, it feels like they're actually there and doing that. It's incredible.
Yep, and we'll be getting a whole lot more videos than the ones that we've got so far. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm hanging on every one of them.
So they also did a Skylanders video as well.
Where they played the Skylanders.
So, DK's wearing some fucking weird ass jumpsuit.
He's like, I guess you're in Australia, so you don't have the same cultural knowledge, but here in America, because there's just a fuck ton of America, and there's all these little towns and shit, and there would be, these traveling like fairs and circuses and stuff, and there would be daredevils, and they do motorcycle tricks or just all this crazy shit, but like they weren't just there to be daredevils, they were also there to be these figures and to hype up the crowd, and they always wore these kind of jumpsuits, and that's kind of what Donkey Kong has going on there. I don't know if you saw the concept art.
Yeah, well, he's just wearing a tie.
Well, there was actually some concept art where he was like a greaser. Like he was wearing a leather jacket and he had slicked back hair.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and the guy on the Treehouse Live, the Skylanders dude, he talked about how the art team went and they redrew him and they kept working with him because they wanted to figure out who Donkey Kong is. And he was like, they were asking themselves, is he the Fonz? Which, I mean, if you were gonna see Donkey Kong compared to a sitcom character, it's amazing that it's happening on Treehouse Live and not on The Conversation.
That's right, yeah, because if he did have slick back hair and a jacket, then he would have been the Fonz or maybe a John Travolta.
A rebel without a cause. But I'm glad they figured him out, and I'm glad they really caught the essence of the character that we at DK Vine hash out and discuss at boring, tedious lengths all the time. And
Well, they definitely figured him out. They had moves like the girders falling at one stage. He uses, Chad and Hyle already covered this, but it's amazing how many references they've got. And even at one stage, Diddy comes out of his, box or whatever, flies around in his jetpack and shoots his peanut pop gun. It's fucking surreal watching it.
it's amazing. And they talked about how they wanted to take this chance to do references, not just to the things that you wanted to see, but that you expected to see, but to really dig deeper. And it's incredible.
Yeah, although it has nothing to do with Donkey Kong in terms of his gameplay style, so to speak, they definitely fit with his character in terms of references and, you know, everything else that Donkey Kong does. So yeah, it's fantastic.
Definitely. It's amazing that the Skylanders thing went from, well, I guess the first reaction on the forums was everyone was like, ha ha ha, holy shit, Skylanders is DKU.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, most of us were like, okay, you know, whatever, it's happening. You know, however we feel about that, however we feel about the toys to life genre in general. But as more of this information and deeper looks came out, it's gone from just, you know, whatever to this is actually a significant moment for Donkey Kong.
Well, it also puts Donkey Kong in a fucking massive, brand new massive universe with all these
and all these kids who are going to fucking play as Donkey Kong for the first time and go, wow, I want to get into this character. I want to see what he's like in his home universe.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Probably Nintendo thought it's less risky to put Donkey Kong in there, and they'd like better sales of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So they're like, yep, we'll shove that lad in there. They put in Bowser because there's not much to lose with Bowser, even if the Skylanders game sucks hard, then at least it's only Bowser. Mario beats the shit out of him. So it kind of shows you.
Oh, come on, Scraps. Bowser, they do a lot with Bowser in the RPG games.
But it's sort of hedging their bets by putting Bowser in the game instead of a different mainstream character. I mean, it could have very well been Mario, but on steroids.
Yeah, Mario on steroids, Link on steroids. Could have put Marth in there.
Oh god, not another Swords character. It could have been a Pokemon.
Oh no, it could have been his Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem form, where he's not some swordsman, but he's some kind of demon from the Japanese pop Idolosphere.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so, moving on. So Chad also posts a Which Brothers Bear is Best with Craig Duncan.
Craig Duncan, author of Best Bowling Ever on any platform.
And it's kind of ironic, the choice that Craig Duncan chooses, but for completely different reasons.
I like to imagine that Craig Duncan secretly knew.
You reckon?
No, I don't reckon, but I like to reckon.
Yeah, fair enough. What, because of the fucking green hat, but it's actually...
No, it's the bowling ball. Like, he knows his mimetic place.
And apparently Chad and Hyle briefly met Captain Bones, but Captain Bones had to run off with Greg Mayles to do some shenanigans. So
they told him break a leg.
Break a leg. That's right. So yeah, that's pretty much the thread so far. The E3 215 discussion subforum will probably disappear soon. So
probably over the weekend. They'll probably keep it up till Monday.
Maybe, but I've already taken a snapshot of the forum, so you'll be able to, one day when you get old with your grandkids, you'll be able to say, well, Sonny, that in 2015, this was the time Rare was reborn, like a beautiful butterfly or a cameo metamorphosis. That's a reference to Conversation if you haven't listened to it yet.
And I'm sure that our grandkids will understand the reference to Cameo because it'll be a bright and fruitful franchise going into the next 50, 70 years.
Yeah, no. Okay, so the Sony
I'm sure it'll
conference...
get a movie trilogy one day.
Well, I'm sure if they're going to do anything with it, it will probably have something to do with pornography. I doubt there's much future for her anymore, unfortunately. It went with Cameo too, so.
What's weird is all these mainstream porn sites are starting to have advertisements for weird fantasy and sci-fi porn.
Mm-hmm.
Really off-putting, but also interesting that this is where we're going as a sexual society.
Oh, well, Game of Thrones. It's all because of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I guess Game of Thrones is bringing fantasy. That and The Lord of the Rings over the long term. But yeah, I guess that's becoming more normal. But you don't expect to, pop over to X videos and see a fairy fucking somebody in the face. Unless you search for that. You don't expect to have that just forced on you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But, I like...
How the hell did we start talking about this? What the fuck?
Well, see, I think it went from schoolgirls in Japan to
Seems likely.
normal porn. Whatever. As long as there's lasses bearing flesh, then that's all you need, lads.
That's what the makers of Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem thought. I'm gonna keep referencing that game like it's something everybody should be familiar with.
I know, right?
Really tuned into. It's an odious anime game, and we hate anime here on DK Vine.
Yeah, well...
But you know what? Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem reminds me of why I kind of hate anime.
Okay. See, I don't even know what you're talking about.
What, anime at all? Or Shin Megami Tensei? Oh, you didn't watch the Nintendo show.
I just had a brief look at each, I just sort of, just for the purposes of writing notes for this Nintendo conference, I just looked at it briefly, but just at the interesting bits.
Oh, so you skipped the anime block.
Yeah. I saw like big breasts or something, but I thought, yeah, whatever, looks boring. And just
No, they weren't big
skipping.
breasts. I mean, they were breasts. Your memory is making them big, but it's Japan. They were suggestively prepubescent. Prepubescent.
Double A's are actually double D's in Japan. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Double A, MCO.
Yeah. Though, of course, obviously, the thing with those weird Japanese culture is, they'll say, oh, it's a schoolgirl, but actually she has to be 18 years old, so.
Yeah, so she's going to some sort of college.
Yeah, that's right.
Like a high school.
But they're all dressed as if they're going to high school, but they're actually college women, so that's why everyone's having sex, so, yeah.
But you know what? It's fine, because a lot of them are actually thousands of years old and demons.
Yeah, that's right. They're usually always demons or something like that. Absolutely. Or they're from the past, or they've got some really complicated backstory where, they failed sometime in the past as well. So this time they want to get it right. Yep. Typical Japanese anime backstory.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out why all these Fire Emblem dudes are somehow ghosts in the idolosphere.
All right, let's move on to the Sony conference before we go crazy.
No, like we promised, like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, the Sony conference was probably the best conference in terms of showing.
Talking about the big three conferences?
Of the big three conferences, I think
Talking about Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony?
That's right.
Because there were others. I mean, Bethesda had one, Ubisoft had one.
Who really pays attention to them?
I don't know what the hell they showed there.
Well, I know Ubisoft, they had South Park, Fractured Butthole.
Did they really?
Yeah, so it's spelt B-U-T-WHOLE, but when you say it, South Park Fractured Butthole, it sounds like something else.
Is that like DLC for Stick of Truth?
No. Entirely new game.
Wow.
And instead of it being about the Lord of the Rings, it's going to be about Coon, Cartman as the raccoon superhero. That he dresses up as. So yeah, watch the trailer after this episode. It's really interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed South Park Stick of Truth, and yeah. Anyway, so they showed Guardians of the I put in Guardians of the Galaxy for some reason.
I don't think it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think it was Halo Guardians.
Halo Guardians and The Last Guardian.
Oh yeah. No, sorry, it's not Halo Guardians. It's just The Last Guardian. What a complete fuck up.
And so were you familiar with The Last Guardian and everything surrounding it?
Oh yeah, I'm wanting to get that game. I'm really excited. Yeah.
That looked amazing, and I was really happy for NeoGAF because I've seen them discussing that game, and it's good to see them get theirs.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hitman 6, that looks exciting. No Man's Sky. Sorry?
Yeah, looked pretty good.
You know what? I really enjoy playing Hitman. I don't know why, but it's actually a stealth puzzle game. It's a lot more complex than you might think.
Yeah, I threw one on. I just had a random pile of PS2 games I inherited from people, and I threw one on, and I played it for a little while. I was like, this is actually, I was expecting something generic, but I was like, well, this actually has some pretty good gameplay.
Yeah.
Never came back to it, but, the thing about the trailer here at E3 is I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't bald and he wasn't wearing a suit, so I had no way of identifying him.
Yeah, I had no. They mentioned the word 47, so I knew who it was straight away. But I know what you mean. To anyone else that doesn't, know about
that's the thing is there's all these trailers and they go and they're really vague and unspecific, and then they mention something and it's like, is this something I should be familiar with? Is this something I would be familiar with? And you hear the audience and people start screaming out, and you're like, oh, okay, somebody recognized it.
There was also No Man's Sky. There was that weird Dreamer Stoner game, as well as Drake's Fortune Thief's End, where they had a fucking technical glitch out. And during the trailer, actually, well, they say gameplay trailer. At one point, Nate, the character, says, "Keep an eye out for Sam." And and I say, Nate from Drake's Fortune is also looking for Sam, that sneaky bastard.
Oh my god.
So the weird thing is Nintendo Conference has got about 6 pages of foreign commentary. Microsoft probably has about the same, and the Sony Conference only has 2 pages.
2 pages? I thought it might have been 6 posts.
Yeah. So there's not much. In general, there's not much interest, but
well, I feel like if you have interest in the wider gaming sphere, that you're going to go talk about it somewhere else, possibly NeoGAF, where I imagine the Sony enthusiasm this year was just off the charts. Why would you come to DK Vine to discuss the Sony conference? Who are you discussing it with? That's not what most people are there for. You're not going to get all the big hitters weighing in with their weighty opinions. You're not going to get a lot of the, fun newbies weighing in with their fun opinions. It's just is what it is.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I suppose, I know what you mean. I suppose, if you got people who are trying to figure out which console to invest in, and I think they've definitely figured out which one they want.
Yeah, I think this year kind of cemented it.
As much as we say we're never going to buy an Xbox One, and we kept making fun of Master DS for it back in 2013. Because he was an Xbox One fucking zealot back then.
Yeah, Master DS used to have a lot of interesting opinions.
Yeah, he doesn't really say much anymore, now that I think about it. He hasn't said much at all. Huh.
Well, what it is that completely relevant discussion. Nobody wants to have serious discussions anymore.
Yeah, I think everyone's just way absorbed into the games now, so everyone is in everything but completely relevant, I suspect. I'm not even posting that much. Be. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that's good. That's really good. So, yeah, exciting times. Anyway, so let's move on to the main course for this Forum Watch after, 1 hour or so? 50 minutes. And that
sounds about right.
Yeah, the Nintendo E3 digital event. Also, how they like to call it. Now, members going into this say they weren't too worried about Nintendo's E3 presentation because Rare had already made it for them. Don't you reckon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's what's great about DK Vine is that we came in so pacified because we got ours. Who could really get too upset about Nintendo?
Well, apparently the Metroid fans, but we'll get to that.
yeah. Apparently, everybody on the internet got upset about Nintendo.
Yep, that's right. So the introduction. Actually, so I was skipping through bits, and I definitely did watch this part. And they had a sort of weird Muppet introduction where I thought it was hilarious just watching.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, Iwata, Reggie, and Shigeru Miyamoto.
I couldn't believe it was Miyamoto. I couldn't believe they actually did that.
I thought that was Sakurai. I couldn't recognize who it was, but then...
I thought it was going to be Bill Trennan. I thought, I wasn't sure who it was going to be, but Miyamoto wasn't in the digital event last year. I think he was in at the very end in front of Star Fox, but he never got up and talked at all. So I wasn't expecting him this year.
That's right. So anyway, they're obviously in the, I don't know what you call them, the changing rooms for the stars. They get each one out, and Shigeru, no, what does Iwata do at the beginning? I think he's just talking to himself. Then Reggie's doing push-ups, but with his feet on the, on the weight, and then they go into Shigeru Miyamoto's room, and it's just fucking Mario weird shit, and he comes out of a warp pipe. So then they go to the press conference and start turning into Star Fox characters. And you know what? Those Star Fox characters, those Muppet versions, look fucking awesome.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, a lot of...
I thought those were really good designs.
Yeah, a lot of character. It looks very good. I hope they use those Muppets, those Star Fox Muppets for whatever reason in the future, because it goes back to the roots of Star Fox, and I hope Crystal gets a Star Fox Muppet thing as well, if they ever cover her. But yeah, look good, and the forum members agreed as well. So Crispy's like, Muppets, yes. Stilled Village, Muppets? Okay then. What? Zounds? This is amazing! Muppets for win! I don't know why I did
he didn't put an exclamation point after amazing. You should have given him the same downbeat ending you gave Stilt Village instead of doing. This is amazing!
Yeah.
Innuendo!
Jure818 is like, good glory! I'm already happy. And, so people liked it. And Yusuf says, beats the hell out of Robot Chicken.
It really does. It really beats the hell out of Robot Chicken.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, even if they did throw in, the old memes, my body is ready, do a barrel roll. It's Nintendo. It's corporate humor. What can you really expect?
Yeah, that's right. It's not like they're going to come up with breaking edge humor like Eddie Murphy's. Oh wait, no, that's gone stale for the last 30 years.
Breaking edge humor, like the joke about Eddie Murphy from 30 years ago.
He was cutting edge back then, but anyway.
It's funny, I found this old post because I was going through the old DK Vine updates, and it was Heil in the year 2000, right after DK64.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was talking about something, and he's like, I can make a lot of Bill Clinton jokes here, but that would be showing how bereft I am of new comedic material.
That's funny, because, yeah, he's actually doing it now. That's amazing.
I wonder, as far as streaks of consecutive episodes on the conversation, whether Bill Clinton impressions or mentioning Mad Dog and Flat Boppable Heads. I wonder which one had the longer streak.
So what was the first one? It was M-Dog, and which one was the other one?
Bill Clinton impressions. Because at one point they were doing both of those pretty much every episode after episode. They just couldn't help themselves.
I think M-Dog's Boppable Heads, because they weren't doing Bill Clinton impressions. I think, I wouldn't be able to tell, hey.
Yeah. I mean, on the lead up to Tropical Freeze, it kept coming up germanely about the flat bobbable heads.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one's got the longer running record. Maybe Chad and Hal can tell us that themselves. They probably don't know. They're just like...
Well, I'm probably the person who would most know, and I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'll start a count next time I'm in those areas.
On the top of your boppable head, that is.
Yeah, on the top of my flat boppable head.
All right. So then they start off strong with the Star Fox announcement. DKBK types in Star Fox he posts 3 times. So obviously sometimes the flood control on the DK Vine is really weird because sometimes you end up posting 2 or 3 of the same post, and I think that's what happened to DKBK.
Yeah. It is weird how that works because you'd think the flood control would catch it.
But nope, it makes another copy. So I don't know.
It sucks when there's a lot happening during one of these live conferences and you can only post every 60 seconds.
Yeah, they should probably amend those rules specifically for E3.
Yeah, but that's more work on their E3 plate.
Yeah, that's true.
And they got to spend all this time making new post icons, which apparently takes hours.
But you do realize that it's probably as simple as a setting, like the 60-second flood control. It's probably...
it's probably simple, but it would require somebody to do it and then turn it off later, and that's 2 things right there you're asking them to do.
Okay, fair enough.
So these are busy people.
So forum members immediately run into the conclusion that it's maybe a prequel, and then Stilt Village goes even further when he says, well, that was awesome, Arwing Walkers. I think this is going to be another reboot though. Sorry guys. So, forum, there was a lot of discussion, whether or not. A lot of
discussion.
But more in the Star Fox thread, which we cover a bit later, but in the initial impressions, they're like, yeah, it's definitely a safe sequel to Star Fox 64. Well, that's what Yusuf says. So it's still a little bit confused, but, you know, at the time, we should just quickly skip to the Star Fox thread.
All right. How far down on the document is that?
Page 7.
Page 7? There's 7 pages? There's 10 pages of this document?
Yeah.
Well, no, one of those is one of those blank pages.
Yeah. So, there's discussion. Now, I've only put it in a vague terms, but essentially it's discussion regarding reboots versus prequels versus reimaginings. Or...
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's wonderful that we didn't get anything approaching a straight answer.
That's right. And I think the conclusion eventually comes to the fact that Nintendo just doesn't give a fuck.
Well, definitely. And there was a post by, I want to say Jeff, or it might have been Cameron. It was somebody about how Nintendo's always looked at continuity and how Anuma and Zelda is kind of an aberration, and how we shouldn't worry about, Nintendo doing a reboot or, a strict anything like that, because they just won't care that much. And certainly that's on display here.
Yeah, that's right. And it seems as though Miyamoto never played... He must have never thought of Crystal. He must have never played the Command or the other games because, Tricky and Crystal aren't even appearing. So I think it's like, yep, I like these characters and these characters only. That's what I'm playing with, and that's it. No more.
Yeah, it's definitely there's all these different words and all these different terms and all these different contexts and subtexts and pretexts about them, but it's definitely a soft reboot to Star Fox 64.
Or you could fit it into the canon by fan-wanking it as a Star Fox 64 sequel, so, yeah.
But it's a reboot to Star Fox 64 in the same way that Returns was a soft reboot to the original Donkey Kong Country.
Yep. Okay.
In that general sense. And, however we end up nailing it down and hashing out all these PR and Miyamoto's philosophical wanderings, I just think it's great that Nintendo even tried to give half an answer to it. They didn't just ignore it completely, and I think that's as good a compromise as we were ever going to get out of them.
Yeah, like ever.
Ever, yeah. I mean, it's just blowing my fucking mind that we got this much.
Yep, that's right. So Platonic Games is making it, and forum members have...
Did you say Platonic Games is making it?
Sorry.
I hadn't heard about this, Scraps. Platonic
Platinum
Games is helping with Star Fox? Oh my god, all our dreams come true. How did they not add Crystal? That's ridiculous.
Platinum Games.
Platinum Games, makers of Bayonetta 2, The Wonderful 101, other games, I'm told.
Other games, they're the studio that was originated from, I think, Flower Studios, the ones that made Beautiful Joe back when they were in Capcom, and they just remade the studio once Capcom closed them down. They also made Okami back when they were in Capcom days, and that was a great game.
And I definitely think you can see the Platinum influence, especially on the boss fights.
Were there boss fights in the Star Fox video?
There were, or at least there were giant fights. Maybe they aren't bosses, but yeah, you can tell. And I think it's great to have Platinum in there because they know how to make solid games, and Nintendo can definitely use all the help it can get.
Yep, that's right. Forum members don't like the fact that there's no online multiplayer. There's also discussion regarding the fact that it's only a game influenced by Japan, and there are no Western influences on the game as well.
Wait, was Thunderbirds Japanese?
I don't think so, but essentially what they're discussing...
Star Wars? I mean, come on, guys. There's a lot of Western influence here. It might not be all Western all the time. It might not be embarrassed to be Japanese, but it's
Sorry, what I mean by Western influence is more in terms of development influence. So it might be a reference to Thunderbirds and all that, but it's more in terms of Western individual development itself. So there's no team like Retro Studios working on this Star Fox game or elements of it. It's just Japan only, and that's it.
Which is, disappointing. Given historically how Star Fox has had one foot in both camps. I'm just a little less worried about the Japanese versus the Western than I would say the average DK Viner.
Though when I was quickly summarizing these comments, I might have misinterpreted this. So if anyone wants to correct me,
I'm trying to have arguments, implicit arguments with the audience.
Right. Okay.
No, you've got it well done. I'm just being a dick, trying to skirt around being a dick to my listenership.
Yeah. So Chad had a play of it, and MF Wolf taped it. So we'll be looking forward watching Chad get demolished by typical hardcore Platinum Games, difficulties. So. Oh
yeah, Chad's not ready for that.
I think he enjoyed playing it. Obviously he acknowledged that it's probably not going to be relevant to the DK Vine itself, but it's still relevant because Star Fox now that it's like as if we're playing the thing before we see Crystal, so in a way it still fits within the universe even though it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin everything. It doesn't throw it all out. It doesn't make all our time spent on it worth nothing.
Yep, that's right. So,
which I think some people were getting a little worked up and worried about that in the immediate aftermath, but hopefully we'll all chill out and just accept it as it comes.
That's right. So then Nintendo talks about their NX, which is their next console, and Crispy has a good comment where she says, "So they're hyping the 2016 show already? Oh boy."
Well, I can't wait for the 2016 show. That's going to be a good one.
I can't believe they're releasing another console, especially after they only just released the Wii U, 4 years ago? Maybe 3 years ago?
3 years ago, but I don't think it'll be out. I don't think it'll be out in 2016. I think it'll be 2017.
Thing is, it sounds like Nintendo's going to go through 2 generations in one Sony Xbox generation. Like, how much are they trying to rip off their customers? What are they thinking?
Yeah, but, on the other hand, they're also competing with the iPad model, with the iPhone model, where people are switching out their phones every year or two.
Well, I hope it's not a console. I hope it's just some stupid handheld device so then I don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah, like the 3DS, that piece of shit.
Well, I don't play it, so it doesn't affect me. So if it's just that, then I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm a unabashed. I'm not ashamed that I only play console games.
Nothing wrong with it, but I feel like Nintendo, a lot of their best output these past couple years has been on the 3DS.
Yeah, well, one member comments near the end of this conference that this was that the 3DS pays the bills. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah, so to say.
Well, I think it's a lot cheaper to produce for it as well. You have to make HD graphics.
That's right. So Nintendo are going to cling onto that handheld market as long as they can. Anyway, so Skylanders. Is it called SuperCharged?
SuperCharged, yep.
So this was a shock DKU announcement. Sean went, what? Say it loud. Skylanders DKU? Jure, Skylanders is DKU? Crispy, turbocharged Donkey Kong? And Diddy? What the hell? Email, what's Diddy riding with him? So, we had a lot of shocked and excited members. So Sean, Say, DKBK, Jure, Crispy, Dong Jungle, Grunt, Thingster, Quaspec, Yusuf, E-Mayor, I Am Gibbon, Chili Dog, Mamechi, Stilt Village, The Reloader, Grunt, M-Dog. As soon as Skylanders was shown, all these members posted, and you can sort of gauge their excitement for it because they're all like, what the fuck, essentially. So you can tell that Star Fox was a big announcement, but I think Skylanders was a bigger announcement.
Yeah, I think that blew our minds a lot harder. And, yeah, I think Skylanders blew our minds a lot harder. But, there was definitely a couple people who were upset about this. I think Master DS was like, can we enact some sort of Waluigi rule to keep these Toys to Life games out?
Yeah, well, no. No, I think it's good. I like it.
Now, if it had just been the amiibos from the Mario line could be used in Skylanders, and here they are. They do basic things. It's how you'd expect them to be. They just kind of run around, and that would have been kind of lame. But the fact that they made an original design for DK, gave him an original amiibo design, that the character is it's such a well done. It's probably the best cameo outing Donkey Kong has ever had, other than Smash Brothers Brawl.
Yeah, that's right. He has some amazing moves in there, which are full of references. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got the barrel cannon, and they got everything.
Yep, pretty much. So it's exciting times.
Exciting times to be on DK Vine.
Let's go down quickly to the Skylanders thread.
Alrighty.
So I keep making you move along the document. Yeah.
Scrub. You didn't think this through, Scraps. You're like, we're not going to want to discuss the reactions. We're just going to want to discuss the immediate conference stuff, and then we can move on to the reaction. Because that's how a conversation works.
Yeah, well, I think it's more fluid if we cover what the conference thing was and then the discussion around the games, because then we're splitting it into two. So
yeah, but that's not what we're doing. We've broken that both times now. We're lucky we didn't jump down to the Sea of Thieves thread when we were discussing Captain Bones.
Actually, you're right. I should have discussed Captain Bones in the Sea of Thieves. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, we kind of jumped the lead on that one.
This document was very last minute. I only prepared about 6 hours ago in
it's
2
fine,
hours.
It's fine. And I guess I should take this time to apologize for my lax E3 engagement. I don't even post on the forum much. I was never in the top 10 posters on any day.
Oh, really?
yeah,
I find that highly unlikely, Saf.
yeah, especially for I mean, if you remember me here at E3 2014, I was live posting the Treehouse. I was everywhere. I was scrounging NeoGAF for new interviews and things. And this year, I was partying with my sister and my family. I was getting my lean on. I was playing some video games. We're catching up on all the different conferences and stuff, having all these discussions. Recorded a forum watch actually with my sister. That'll be coming out sometime.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this is me announcing this to you too. Yeah, I interviewed her about her outsider's perspective of our fandom. She's a Facebook fan. So that's pretty cool. I recorded it, I wrote it, I recorded it, but I was too fucking drunk to fucking care about editing it when I could be sadly catching the last day of the Treehouse. So, it's E3. It's E3 at DK Vine. Did you expect all this stuff to come out on time? I mean, come on. But, I think it's great we're having this post-mortem here. Hope to maybe do another post-mortem. Got a lot of content coming up. Really excited about it. And it's a great way to, and I feel like talking about E3 after it happened, having this post-discussion, I feel like that's a good way to stave off the kind of post-con depression where, I guess, I probably felt it harder than a lot of people because I actually, took time off to hang out on the internet and, hang out and party. But I felt really just depressed when it ended and I had to go back to my regular life. And I've gone to conventions before, and that's how it always feels coming home, where you're leaving this land of wonder and all these new friends and just having to go back to a job and just, standing in line at the store and just all the bullshit you go through in life. So I think it's great that we can get people, we can get people nostalgic for that good time they had just a couple days ago. And hopefully throughout the week, all the DK Vine stuff coming out, all the forum watching, I think we can move past this. We can get back to our boring, horrible lives of being DK fans in a world that hates us.
Yeah. Well, look, I think, there's always that lull in the forum about a week or two after E3. So, I think it's just a way of, see, once you put a lot of energy into something, you kind of get over it as well. So, people are just already sick of the Donkey Kong forum because they don't normally visit the DK forum as much as they do until E3. You know what I mean? So there needs to be that lull in order for them to re-engage with the forum. And that's something actually Chad and Heil will be doing. They're going to be releasing videos. So even though the party's over, it's actually not over for the DK Vine. There's going to be a whole lot of content that's going to be uploaded from the show for this E3. So
I want to know how long they'll be talking about it on the conversation, because I'm going to be very disappointed. I was disappointed that they were I understand, but the fact that they couldn't record on Thursday night.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because they're all fucked. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they're all fucked. I'm not surprised, and I don't blame them, but I wanted to catch them while they still had that convention energy. It was really magical and really infectious, their Monday night Microsoft episode. And when they record on, probably Saturday or whatever they do, they're going to be so worn out and so sad from, the post-con depression that it's going to be a wistful episode, and that's a shame. But at the same time, it'll be. Of course, I'm hanging on, listening to their every word. It's really exciting that they keep hinting that they had all these great times and talked to all these people, and yet we haven't heard any of that past Monday night.
Yeah, I just want more tidbits. It's like slivers of information about Sea of Thieves, because if you go on Google and you type in Sea of Thieves, it's just dickhead journalist writing, oh yeah, trailer got released, and yeah, it's Rare's new outing for the adventure, blah, like there's nothing that's in those fucking Sea of Thieves thing. Like, what the fuck's the point of even writing the stupid article when people could have just looked that up from IGN? You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking useless. So
it doesn't even matter. I made a post on the forum where I was like, it doesn't matter if it's not major megaton bombshells like sounding mechanics in Sea of Thieves. It's just, I just, any question they could ask of these creatives, and just any kind of subjective information about, how they feel or what they think about certain topics. And, that's what's great about Chat and Heil's coverage, is that it's not sterile and just based on the information. They really take the time to notice and comment on all the stuff going on around it, all the full package, the gestalt of the experience. It's really gonzo. It's really amazing, and I love. It's incredible because that Microsoft episode they did was literally the press event. Them discussing them meeting Greg Mayles and these Rare guys for 15 minutes and having this off-the-cuff discussion. That was the press event of E3 for me as a hardcore DKU fan. And because that's the only place you were going to get any kind of information about Sea of Thieves beyond watching the trailer again.
Yep, that's right. I mean, I'm just Googling Rare right now, and the first article I've got is women isolated in US with rare deadly strain in tuberculosis. You know what I mean? Like, nothing about Rareware. So it's such a shame. Like,
well, NeoGAF is actually going nuts over Rare Replay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
that's actually going over really well. Everybody's fucking nuts about the value, about the old games. There's actually a lot of people on NeoGAF saying this is the game I'm getting an Xbox One for.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, well.
It's surprising because, I didn't want to go outside of DK Vine and hear people say, yeah, it's just a bunch of ports, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, the fucking NeoGAF thread is fucking hyped about it. I was really surprised.
Right. Yeah, so you can actually, if there's anything that they spoke about, there's a whole lot of articles about Rare Replay and there's all these announcements and a lot of previews and all that sort of thing. So, but nothing about Sea of Thieves.
I don't know. I hope that they're not allowed to. I hope that they're not allowed to talk about literally anything. I mean, I can understand if they don't want to get into much detail at this early stage, but give us something. Give us some idea of, we don't even know what kind of MMO experience it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried because I think this game won't be released until at least 3 years down the line, because MMOs are massive projects.
Mm-hmm.
And every MMO takes at least 5 years to do. And don't forget that this will be Rare's only game, because there's also a lot of post support and they'll do expansions and all that. Think of, that Bungie developer?
Mm-hmm.
And how they're doing Destiny?
Right.
Tell me, have they made any other games since Destiny?
I don't think this will, well...
Yeah, this is gonna be the same situation. So I hope you enjoy pirate games for the next 10 years, lads.
Well, it could be worse. We could be getting Kinect Sports games for the next 10 years.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But I'm looking forward to playing the pirate game for the rest of the Xbox One. So
I'm looking forward to playing with it with DK Vine.
Yep, that's gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's like somebody said, this will be the resurrection of those DK Vine clans from the Conquer Live and Reloaded days.
Yeah, well, there'll be armadas. So Chad's already spoken about making an armada. So he says, Heil and I have already talked about creating a vessel for the DK Vine staff. We currently don't know how massive the first M in this MMO will be, but if possible, we would love to be the flagship in a DK Vine forum armada. Good God, that would rule. And I'm thinking if I'm able to afford a ship in the game, because I imagine they're not fucking cheap, it'll be the Forum Watch.
Yeah, Scraps, we're doing this. We should be the Falco to the DK Vine Armada.
Yeah.
we're allies, but we're also kind of doing our own thing. We're not. Yeah. We should definitely ride our legend on the high seas.
That's actually a really cool analogy you just did, that we're the Falco. The Forum Watch is the Falco of the DK Vine Forum, like part of the team, but not actually really.
We kind of fly in and drop some bombs.
Okay, so in terms of Star Fox Adventures, we are like the Falco, I'd say. But in terms of Star Fox in general, we're not like Falco. Yeah, okay. That's
in terms of DKU Star Fox, in terms of the games we cover on the soon-to-be Dinosaur Planet discussion forum, we're the Falco. But according to Miyamoto's vision, no, we're not the Falco.
Yeah, that's right.
We're more like the Pigma. It's a really mean thing to say about ourselves.
Weren't we talking about Skylanders just now? We got ahead of ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah. How did we start talking about Sea of Thieves?
Anyways, going back to Skylanders, so yeah, the forum members were having a chat about the Spyro series and how it's actually a rebooted series, and it no longer has a cameo with Crash Bandicoot, so he's no longer in that
wonderful.
universe.
We get to talk about reboots here, too. I love it. I can see what Manprog's talking about, because he made a poster. He's like, I hate multiverses. It reminds me of the worst aspects of comics. It's overdone. It's cliche. And, I don't... obviously it's Manfrog, so I don't agree with him completely. But, obviously it's Manfrog, so I see where he's coming from. And, it's like, I don't want to talk about... I want to talk about the multiverse considerations of, Project Spark, of Smash Brothers. But Skylanders, do I really even want to get into it? Do I even want to care?
Well, it could have major implications for...
It could have major implications. It could.
Or it might not. So we'll have to see.
I think people wanting to link it to Spyro is where it has the major implications.
That's right. So, there are a few comments that are worth saying. So Joe, he says, you know what, how do I say English accent? You know what this game feels like, in my eyes? Jungle Beat done right.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is great.
I think it's great. I think Cameron really followed up on that with some great posts, and I'd say they're right. I think this is Donkey Kong. Obviously, much like Jungle Beat, it's all about just kicking ass. But one of the great things the developer said was that Donkey Kong is having fun. He's having fun kicking these enemies' asses. That's what he's here for, to just have a good time. And that's such a contrast to Jungle Beat. And one of the recurring things we complain about that game is just fucking how much, just how angry he is and how he's just out to beat these fucking creatures when that's not Donkey Kong. But
yeah, this
is recognizably the character I love.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's done really well. Say says, the more I hear, the more I shoot streams of jizz everywhere. That's the spirit, Say. I always love when people throw in spunk discussion, below the belt discussion.
Yeah, wonderful. So. That needs to happen more. Every page, on every forum.
And David acknowledges, in response to there being 300 Skylanders being used, David says, I'm not looking forward to making that character page. And you know what? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
biographies to write.
A lot of biographies to write, yeah. Fuck. They should probably make a new rule just so they don't have to do it, I suppose. Because that's a lot of work. I mean,
that's a lot of work. They'll probably, they can just leave it incomplete. It's no big deal. It's just the character page.
And Slush has played it, and he reckons it's a whole lot of fun. It's bombastic. And I like the word bombastic, and he also says it's a joy to have Diddy alongside as an NPC. So, yeah, I kind of want to get it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking. I think, I don't buy a lot of games anymore. I got a lot of old games to play, but, I think it's cool. I think it's going to be fun seeing other people's reactions and digging into how this compares and contrasts with the history and legacy of Donkey Kong. I probably won't play it, but it's cool that it exists, and it's cool that it exists for DK Vine.
That's right. Easy done. All right, let's go back to the Nintendo conference.
Scroll all the way back up there. Are you sure? We're just going to scroll back down here.
So there's Legend of Zelda 3 Sword. I don't know what it's called, but it's essentially only got 3 swords this time. But
I think it's Triforce Heroes.
Oh, there you go. So there's not a strong reaction, but Jordan Freeman goes, "Where the heck is Purple Link?" And Sean goes, "Oh wow, I'm surprised this thing even has an online mode, progressive." And that's really the limitations of the reaction to the Legend of Zelda. So
I think we were,
Metroid. Yeah, so then there's Metroid Federation, and oh my god, can we tell that Metroid fans are going to shit themselves hating this game. So
there's no future tense to that.
Yeah. So this time it didn't even need to involve Donkey Kong to piss off Metroid fans. So it just tells you something more about the Metroid fan base than it does about Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Definitely. But on the other hand, Scraps, are you saying this looked like a good game?
I thought it looked like a good game. Because do you remember Metroid Prime Hunters?
Yeah, but did it look like a
I suppose the
Hunters.
difference between Metroid Prime Hunters and this game is the fact that Blast is that this Federation has miniature looking characters. So yes, there is that difference, but still, it plays the same way. Like it looks like it's going to be a good game. I don't know what the deal with Metroid fans are, but you can already tell. Yeah, even the DK Vine forum members can tell that this game is going to be badly received.
Yeah, it's there's everybody on Twitch and on NeoGAF is like, sign the petition to get it canceled. I think it has like 20,000 signatures. It's like, okay. I think they mentioned on maybe the conversation or somewhere that there's a huge ratio of downvotes to upvotes on Nintendo's YouTube channel for the game. It's a shame. It doesn't look, to me it doesn't look like the greatest game, and it's a little unfortunate that there's a side game coming out when there is no major game to fall back on.
Yep, that's right.
But it's like what we DK fans went through with the Payon games, At the time we had Jungle Beat and Donkey Konga, and those were worse than having no Donkey Kong game. And we got these peg swingers, and it was like, okay, what the hell? This isn't what I want to be doing. I want a fucking platforming adventure. I want a bunch of characters. I want worlds. But, it was a game. It was carrying the torch for the characters, for the world, and it was better than nothing. It's all we had, and we celebrated it. And you'd think the Metroid fans would look at this game and go, okay, it might not be what we want. It might be such a lower scope than we would hope for, but god damn it, it's a Metroid game, and we're excited to have it.
Yeah.
And they're not, because I guess we're better than them. I'm not here to say that. Conversation is.
Yeah. And it's not like they even go through droughts or lose their main developer for these games. They've been getting. Yeah. I don't know how to respond to Metroid fans, but let's see what the forum said. So Yusuf, actually there are funny comments. Yusuf says, should have been Donkey Kong! Thinks it says Metroid Prime 3DS should have been Donkey Kong. Yeah, so everyone's just having fun. Rareware Lover should have been Donkey Kong Federation Force. So DKBK is then like, ha! Now shut the fuck up, Metroid fans. But they're also positive experiences. M-Dog loves it, and he likes the co-op Metroid aspect to it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go on to Fire Emblem, and I think the reactions were generally negative. Chili Dog's
Well, you didn't even watch Fire Emblem. You skipped through the anime block.
Well, I saw the anime block, and I just saw cameras being pointed to breasts, and while I generally like breasts, I already was looking at other porn, so anyway, so Chili Dog's like, fuck Fire Emblem, and DKBK says, that anime girl just said the N-word. Did she?
Well, there's a Japanese word that sounds like the N-word, which is really hilarious.
Yeah, because I know in Chinese, when in Mandarin, when people say, the word for that is nigger.
Holy shit. Nice.
Yeah. So they extend the, which means, and if you listen to someone speaking Mandarin, you'll hear that all the time. So look, so next time you're near a person with, that speaks Mandarin Chinese, look out for that N-word, and you'll be like, holy shit, they're just all fucking racist. So, yeah. I mean, my partner is Chinese and she does it all the time, so, you know.
I see you didn't even list Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem in this document. Or was that not in the direct? Was that not even in the presentation?
I just skipped it, and I don't think anyone really spoke about it anyway, or if they did, I just ignored it.
We talked about it a little in the Treehouse thread. Mostly me defending it for some weird reason. I don't know why I care. I'm not going to buy it. I'm probably not going to think about it, but it's been so long. I'm so inoculated against anime weirdness that it's been a while since something has blown my mind on the level this game has, with just how fucking lunatic it is. And I think it's great. I think it's great to get your mind blown, and anime is good for that.
To get your mind blown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't imagine getting your mind blown.
Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah. Next,
callback.
Oh yeah, innuendo, callback, aliens.
Horribilation.
Chad will never do a take like a meme from this forum watch ever again after this.
He didn't take a meme. I didn't even realize I was doing it. He made the meme.
Yeah, I know. No, I like that he noticed these weird things, because he had a crash course in the forum watch once I put it all up onto iTunes. So he must have just picked up that, the constant pattern that we had, and, that must have been.
It's extremely flattering. It's extremely flattering. It's, it's hilarious, and it's true, and what more does it need to be?
Yeah, that's right. So, anyways, moving on to the, direct. The Owada Muppet is holding bananas. People are getting excited. They're like, bananas! Emea, Crispy the Reloader, I'm Gibbon, DKBK. So they were getting excited, but apparently it leads to disappointment. And Stilt Village has the best quote for this. He says, never trust Iwata's bananas.
Ah.
So, I think he's probably right. You don't trust someone. If it's full of cream and it's yellow, it probably tastes good, but you can't trust them. Can't trust those bananas. So, anyways.
Never trust a Twinkie.
Yeah. So then it moves on to Animal Crossing, and Sean goes, Animal Crossing party? Stilt says, oh God, no more parties. Now you're probably all wondering what the hell we're talking about, but I all thought when because I didn't watch the direct and I saw Animal Crossing, I thought it was a traditional game. So going through this conference, what people were talking about, I was like, what the fuck are they talking about Animal Crossing Party? So then I had a quick skip through to the direct, and there it was. They're just moving on fucking, on a Smash board, or,
Hello.
You there,
Hello?
Saf?
Hello?
Hey, Saf.
Hey, I don't know what happened there.
That's alright. Anyways, moving on with the conversation.
We were just talking about Animal Crossing?
Yeah, Animal Crossing, and I was just talking about how, before you dropped out, how I didn't realize what the Animal Crossing was about. I thought it was just a normal Animal Crossing game, but it turns out to be a party game.
Well, there were 2 Animal Crossing games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was Happy Home Academy, where you're working for the Happy Home Academy and helping animals decorate their houses. Basically, Animal Crossing, where it's just the home decorating. And then there was this Animal Crossing Party.
So, I don't understand. I don't fucking understand. What the fuck? Why?
Why what? Why anything?
Why isn't it not a traditional Animal Crossing? I mean, people would have loved to have like a Wii U Animal Crossing where you can.
They would love to, but I guess, I know a lot of the Animal Crossing team went on to work on Splatoon.
Oh.
And I guess they just wanted to do these side games.
Ugh. Yeah, so I think foreign members had the same reactions. Rareware Lover was like, wait, what the fuck? Seriously? Animal Crossing Party? Why? Yeah, so I've got the same reaction as them. So Yoshi's Woolly World. Sean says, I think it's a gameplay trailer, is it?
Yeah, another one.
Yep. And game's coming out in a week, and Sean's like, why are you wasting time on it? And Say goes, yeah, everyone's just saying, yeah, what the fuck's the point of playing it? Then there's Paper...
Of course, you quote British and Canadian people for whom the game is coming out in a week.
Yeah, that's right. For US, it's not coming out for, 3 months or something?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Like, damn, come on. I guess they're just patching holes in there. By the way, when does Star Fox come out? Did they give a date?
No, I don't think they gave a date.
They didn't give a date for Star Fox? Damn.
Oh, no, I think it said holiday 2/15, so November, so...
Please understand when it's moved to February.
Alright, let's quickly go through this, because we're nearing the 2-hour mark for this episode. So, Paper
you got
Mario...
more to be?
Sorry? Oh, no. It's just I try not to go beyond 2 hours.
What, you think the losers listening to this have anywhere to be? I don't have anywhere to be. What? I'm just saying, who has anywhere to be if you're listening to the forum watch? You're not like, okay, I'm going to schedule this into a busy day of going to the gym and hanging out with girls.
Dear DK Vine audience listeners, you are very busy and you are listening to this on your iPod as you're doing interesting things. Don't listen to Saf.
I post here. I know how it is. I'm just saying words, guys. I figure, why take the time to insult people individually?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I try and avoid insulting people because you've seen how that turns out in forum watches. I always try and
Well, I try not to insult people, but you make jokes, you make observations that kind of queer the line between, honesty and just, having a joke premise. And, sometimes that's obvious. I feel like it's obvious when I'm calling out the entire forum for stereotypes. But when it's an individual person and an individual discussion, it can get kind of, and I don't always have time to explain my jokes and make my pre-apologies. But I feel like if you're listening to the forum watch, I probably have a lot of respect and love for you.
But he probably doesn't as well.
Whatever, it could go either way.
Yeah.
Such is the mystery of life and all that dwells within it.
Wow, that's very deep.
Thank you. I love Miyamoto's wisdom. He's like, when you see an arch, you want to go under it. And then it was great. He was on. He was talking about Mario Maker at one point, and the translator. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to capture Miyamoto so well because the translator goes, "When I make a game, I like to make a game that I would enjoy playing." Like it's it's exactly how Miyamoto would deliver it. Like it's some deep pearl of wisdom, but it's really like this what the fuck kind of comment. And somehow the translator managed to just perfectly capture it. It was glorious.
I think Miyamoto is pretty much he's about to retire, you know, like.
Hey, but you know what? I saw him playing Mario Maker, and
Yeah.
dude has it. Dude was he was good at Mario. He's no slouch.
But I imagine at the moment what he's got is he's got memory. He's already getting memory loss. Whenever he's talking about Nintendo, he needs to look at his hand, and he's got Nintendo written across his wrist or something. like he's got to get all these terms of references so people don't think he's losing it, but he's
He has on his hand Mario equals red, Luigi equals green.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah. I suspect maybe that's why he forgot about Crystal in Star Fox. And maybe I'm getting somewhere
he's
here,
forgotten
lads.
the past 10 years. Oh, you know who had a terrible E3?
Sorry?
You know who had a terrible E3?
Who?
The Crystal Archives guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, can you imagine? That just ruined his entire life. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, poor bastard. He's, but I'm sure they've got things to talk about. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll enjoy the new Star Fox. I'm sure he'll talk about it and talk about how good it would be if Crystal was in it and why Crystal should have been in it and places Crystals could have been in it.
Yeah. But here's the thing. She might pop up. Don't lose hope because, she might suddenly pop up and, it'll be like she's on the Star Wolf team and it's actually a direct sequel. You know?
Yeah, like time rebooted itself, except the Star Wolf team fell through time to this new reality.
No, I mean as in more that, the bad ending that happened in Command happened.
And what, the rest of the universe just managed to revert to Star Fox 64? General Pepper is okay. Falco's back on the team in his old uniform. Peppy de-aged.
Yeah, because he retires, doesn't he? Because of the bugs in Star Fox or something. He gets fucked over by them. Is that right?
Yeah, that's General Pepper. He gets fucked over by the bugs. And Peppy, Peppy was retired by the time of Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah, okay. That's a problem with those sort of. See, if General Pepper wasn't affected, if Peppy was still fine, like if the continuity could continue without these story elements hindering Miyamoto's vision, then in a way Crystal would have appeared in this latest Star Fox. But because General Pepper's gone, I suppose in Miyamoto's mind you can't get rid of General Pepper, but because they did in Command, that's probably why they got rid of her. Yeah. Okay, got rid of her. So
that's a good point.
It's kind of I think perhaps was it Namco that worked on the last Star Fox?
Yeah, that was Namco.
It's probably their fault why Crystal is not in this game.
You know what? You're fucking right, because if Miyamoto could have just done Star Fox 64 but had Crystal in it, he would have, but because putting Crystal in it would have fucking opened all these questions about Peppy and about Falco and about General Pepper and about the main cast of the games, he was like, okay, I just want to make the same basic game again, and so I'm going to have to ignore all this continuity and just do some kind of reboot.
Yep, that's it. I hate when we come to these realizations.
Once again, the DKU shoots itself in the foot. I mean, come on. Because why wouldn't Miyamoto put Crystal in there? I'm sure he would have loved to have put a chick.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would have appealed to him.
Let's talk about something better. Paper Mario. I don't know much about this. The Mario and Luigi crosses Paper Mario.
Oh, have you played either series?
I haven't played Mario and Luigi. I played Mario, Thousand Door, and Super Paper Mario for the Wii, I think it was, or the GameCube. I don't know, one of those.
Well, both series have gone on. I haven't played Mario and Luigi either, but I played most of the Paper Marios. Both series kind of had like a dead entry in the past year. There was Sticker Star, and then there was Dream Team. But everybody really raves for these games. People still talk about Fawful and Cackletta and the fucking noose in the center of town and Thousand Year Door. These have always been one of, I feel like, Nintendo's prestige series, and this crossover, it looks like it could be cool enough that it could be another notable entry on the level of Bowser's Inside Story or Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, right. Okay. That sounds exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. It looked like there was a lot of stuff they were going to do with the concept. Didn't see a lot of, because it was Paper Mario coming into the Mario and Luigi universe, so we didn't see a lot of Paper Mario stuff, just playing around with that paper aesthetic, but hopefully the crossover will go both ways, and they have to go into the world of Paper Mario and check that out.
I hope Miyamoto doesn't get involved, because the last time he did, he just completely trashed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sure they've learned their lesson. I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
I reckon Miyamoto needs to stop touching things, because
he just needs to retire already.
Especially things that are working well, just get your fucking hands off it. Yeah, okay, look, Star Fox was a disaster, so yeah, maybe he needs to put his hands on it, but Paper Mario, fuck off, Miyamoto.
I don't think he really touched Splatoon that much.
No, and it turned out all the better for it, so great. Yeah. Yeah, because he probably still thinks in chessboard terms and how games are fun in that sort of way. And
I read an interview that he doesn't give direct, when he writes to his development teams, he doesn't give direct orders or suggestions. He'll leave the subject off his sentences, and it's been described as being kind of like poetry.
Yeah, righto. Yeah.
You just get this weird, whacked out fucking quasi poem that only some lead developer who's worked with Miyamoto for 30 years can even halfway interpret.
Well, that's part of the dementia analogy, isn't it? If you've got to speak in riddles, it means you don't understand what the fuck you're talking about yourself.
Damn, Scrap. I feel like I talk in riddles sometimes.
Not really. You're a pretty straight shooter.
I do get involved with what did Sean call it? Sarcastic crud. I do that a lot.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. It's hard to tell sarcasm.
But as has been established, I'm not the best poster. I'm not a role model. Don't try this at home, kids.
Anyways, let's keep going because we are getting. Okay, so there's Mario Tennis, so that stops the
Mario Tennis where you get big sometimes.
Yep, so that stops the dream for DK64 2-ish. Still Villages up. Oh, well, bye-bye DK64 2-ish. There wasn't much of a reaction to that. Quaspec says, did they just stop making Wii U games? And I think that's in response to the remaining direct just being focused on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get to Mario Maker near the end, and there's a Wii Fit sprite that works with it. And apparently there's something to do with design documents. Great, I suppose. She likes the Wii Fit trainer. I Am Gibbon says maybe
My
Mario.
sister.
Yeah.
Because with the Mario Maker and the Amiibos, throughout the digital event, their bumpers between segments was a Mario Maker level where a mystery mushroom popped out and he turned into another character. And I was so excited for that. My sister was like, I think that's just for the event, Scott. I don't think that's real. I was like, no, it's going to be real. It's going to be with Amiibos. And yeah, that's how it turned out.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. I wish in Mario Maker, look, with Mario Maker it has so much potential, especially for Donkey Kong to star in fucking in this Mario Maker, use his role ability from DKC in the DKC edition of this game, use his retro fucking fast rolling physics for
New Super Mario Brothers U?
New Super Mario Brothers Wii U, Wii whatever. And you've got yourself a very good Donkey Kong tie-in to the Mario Maker. And yeah, it's going to be all based on Mario and all that. But at least you'll be able to make Donkey Kong games.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country by yourself. This would be the Project Spark of the DKU, I suppose, of Nintendo at least,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm sure they're going to completely ignore it. Mario dresses in a fucking costume and that's it. Fuck Mario. Anyway, so...
That's how it's going to be.
That's right. So the conclusion of it, and these are the forum members' reactions. Dong Quaspec says, ... that's it. Reggie says, that was pretty bad. Yusuf. So Kevin Callahan is a confirmed false prophet. Yoshi Yoshi says, that was ... underwhelming.
Yoshi. Is that a new character? I mean, is that a new member?
New member must be. Stilt Village says, they kind of blew their one big announcement at the very start, didn't they? Well, they had two big announcements, Star Fox and Skylanders. So yeah, they left everything to the beginning. And Crispy's like, ... wait, this is the whole direct? Memechi. Fuck Nintendo. Email. That was pretty weak overall. Star Fox looked great, and Mario and Luigi X Paper Mario was an amazing surprise, but meh. And as you mentioned earlier, Master DS mentions how Yooka-Laylee was supposed to tie in the end of their Kickstarter with the Nintendo Direct, but yeah, wasn't that great. But you were the shining light in the beacon of meh. You kept positive about it.
Yeah, I felt like sometimes I was the only person who actually enjoyed that conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, it was alright. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, exactly. It was alright. I guess the question is, how good is alright? Is alright terrible? Is it acceptable to come to E3 and only be alright?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Ah, thank you for thinking through my question. Thank you for the in-depth answer.
Sorry. In Skype, you suddenly your voice started turning into this gibble squiggle voice, so I wasn't able to catch your question.
Oh, I was wondering what just happened. Well, I don't remember the question.
Oh, really? Sorry. So if I haven't answered your question, all I just heard was and you must have gone. And what about that thing? All I heard was, no. Sorry about that.
Well, you played it off very well.
Yeah, with a rubbish response, wasn't it? Anyways, let's talk about the major reveal, the major Twitter post, because in the last Forum Watch, myself and Memechi talked about the Sea of Thieves and whether it would be DKU. On Twitter, on the conversation, I think they confirmed that it's DKU, maybe. I'm not sure. No. Yeah, on the conversation, they said they spoke to Greg Mayles, but that they would be throwing in loads of references or something like that. Now, on Twitter, a guy called Andreas Nordval said, did he, to Ghoulie Boy, I think it was, did he regain his dream he once had? And Greg Mayles says, hey, mateys, his dream is ready to set sail after a lengthy time in port. And Slush Heil says, officially DKU guys, Captain Blackeye is part of this grand adventure. Finally a game dealing with piracy in the DKU. This is fantastic.
Yeah, boy. Man, I can't believe it got that DKU confirmation so fast.
Yep, fastest DKU game ever. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm sure Captain Blackeye would be the member of Sea of Thieves. But who is the member of E3 for this episode?
You know what? I am going to go with Crispy.
Yeah, why'd you pick Crispy?
Why did I pick Crispy? Well, I'd noticed Crispy posting in E3. Noticed her posting before E3. She's a new member, joined 27th of March 2014. So she post Tropical Freeze. Maybe not the most standout, bombastic poster, but she's always been really solid, really articulate, really enjoyable. I've always enjoyed her posts, and I just happened to check her user page, and her most active subforum is the E3 2015 discussion.
Oh my god, I'm going to take a screenshot of that.
153 posts out of her 528 posts are in this year's E3, which I think is fabulous, and I really enjoyed her commentary and her posting this year, and I hope to see more from her in the future.
Yeah, fuck, that is just... You don't see that on anyone else's...
No, she is unique in this aspect. This was her coming out party with DK Vine.
Well, except brand new members who started posting in E3, but she's already established that...
Like Yoshi.
Yeah, but she's already got 528 posts, and that's fucking impressive. So, good work!
Well, I think it's time we upgrade Crispy from a new member to a regular. I think it's time that she's mentioned in the same breath as all the other greats like Alf and Rockhawk.
Oh, well, we've mentioned her quite a few times. She was definitely active in the E3 and, her reactions in the...
Oh, yeah. She's come up on this episode a couple times, and I'm sure she'll come up in forum watches to come.
Yep. Easy done. All right. Let's get to our... we should probably talk about her avatar. She's got Wendy? Is that Wendy?
Wendy O. Koopa, yes, indeed. Which Heil says he's always disappointed when a member forsakes the DKU characters for a cameo avatar. But I think it works.
Can I just say something? If you look at Wendy's lips from the side, it looks like a vagina.
Of course it does.
Look at her!
Yeah, of course it does.
Oh my god.
Isn't that wonderful?
Okay, well, I don't know how to segue this bit. So let's put on our thing.
Yay! All right, Scraps, you ready for the infamous quote racetrack in a budget podcast?
I sure am, Saf.
Alrighty, here's the rules. You got 3 posts to read. One from E3 2013, the Super Mario 3D World thread, one from the Brawl thread, and one from the DK Vine's infamous bear rape thread.
Fantastic. Alright, so let me just get my... have you got a stopwatch on you, Saf?
I do not.
Okay, I do.
You're gonna have to time yourself.
So as soon as I hear you say go,
Mm-hmm.
I'll press the start button and start saying my thing. As soon as I start saying stop, I'll end the stopwatch.
Alrighty. Are you ready?
Alright. Gotta just clear out the spunk in my throat. Captain Black Eye, it's got a lot of it.
Captain Black Guy.
Black Eye.
Black Guy.
No, if it was Black Guy, I'd just say Dark Lad, alright?
Captain Dark Lad.
So, Captain Dark Lad Eye. Anyways.
Alright, you ready? Are we ready? We doing
Yep.
this? Alright. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, go!
Oh, fuck. The stopwatch stopped. You know what happens on my phone? Sometimes the screen starts turning dark and then it stops me from doing it. So let's try that again.
Alright, let's start again. You ready? 1, 2, go!
I just raped a bear. The police are coming. Oh my god, help me. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck Sakurai. Fuck Brawl. Fuck everything relating to them. It's fucking Earthbound 64 being cancelled all over again. I fucking hate these idiots and literally want to see them die. Has Steve been fucking you in the ass, you pretentious little cocksucker? Stop.
Yeah, boy, there you go. I think that was a good showing.
That was 13.9 seconds. Not as quick as you, Saf.
Not quick as me. Even with my penalty.
Even with the penalty, I think he still beat me.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Reigning champ.
Yeah, you're still the reigning champ, Saf.
Yeah.
But you know what? In the end, we are all the reigning champs because we got Rare back.
Yeah, boy. Sea of Thieves, 2017. Be there.
Motherfucker, north side.
This has been produced by
STD.
and
Saf!